After the removal of her cancerous tumor, doctors urged Betsy to undergo radiation treatments. But the terrifying prospect of having her skin burned and the high likelihood she would lose her teeth made Betsy pause. With no guarantee radiation would be effective, Betty Dischel boldly charted an alternative course.
There were very few things that I hadn't tried. That everybody and their mother came to tell me, have you tried this? Have you done that? Have you done this? Have you tried that? And I'd tried them all already. And there were only a few items that I hadn't tried, and one of them was macrobiotics.
When she decided to go with macrobiotics as the cure for her cancer, I was very scared.
At the very beginning of doing the macrobiotics, I was anxious.
She had lots of people telling her, and I'm sure just society saying, what, are you crazy?
Despite the doubts of others, Betsy believed she could rebuild her health through a whole grain, plant-based diet.
It wasn't expensive. It wasn't something I could buy in a pill form. It was go and buy food and prepare it and cook and eat at home, and you will find your balance. And that made sense.
Reading stories online made conventional cancer treatments sound frightening and risky by comparison.
I ended up reading a lot of really frightening things that people really did experience, but they're horrific, and they still haunt me to this day.
It seemed the least dangerous thing to try. Some of the other things seemed dangerous.
Feeling her life was at stake, Betsy traveled to Philadelphia to study and receive counseling from a leading macrobiotic practitioner, Denny Waxman.
When Betsy came, I knew this is a difficult problem, but I always try to, wipe that from my mind and just look at the person in front of me.
He asked me, why is it you want to do macrobiotics? And I said, because I don't want to chase the next thing that comes. And I remember him saying, that's a really good answer.
She had this real kind of spunk or spirit about her that, tell me what to do and I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it the best I can. And that's exactly what she did.
The person that I am is, okay, I've decided to do this, now I'm going to really do it. Like, it felt to me like if I'm going to do this, I have to do it all the way, because this cancer is not allowed to come back.
Betsy threw herself full force into learning how to prepare macrobiotic meals.
A meal means a grain and a separate vegetable dish. Without a grain, it's not a meal, and without a separate vegetable dish, it's not complete and balanced nutritionally.
It's based on naturally made whole grain food.
Whole grains, especially brown rice, form the backbone of every macrobiotic meal. Before it's cooked, brown rice is typically soaked for 12 to 18 hours.
If you start to soak brown rice, it starts to sprout and germinate. And in that process, it unleashes the nutrition in the rice.
In addition to a whole grain, at least one fresh vegetable is served at each meal.
And that's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The grain and the separate vegetable dish are the basis of every meal. Beans are a very important part of the nourishment on the macrobiotic diet because they supply good quality protein and good quality minerals. We really recommend people eat leafy green vegetables every day, once or twice a day, and also beans on a daily basis. They really make sure they're getting the optimal nutrition.
The macrobiotic diet is rounded out with fruits, nuts, soups, sea vegetables, and for some people, fish. All foods are prepared fresh daily, and this can place high demands on a person following the diet.
The biggest problem with the macrobiotic diet and lifestyle is the inconvenience. Lots of people love the food, but they don't want to take the time to shop and cook for themselves.
It's a hard diet to do. I mean physically demanding, what you have to buy, what you have to chop, what you have to cook. And you can only eat it for 12 hours and then it's not got its nutrients anymore, so you have to keep cooking. You don't warm it up in the microwave and eat.
It was overwhelming sometimes to do that, and yet I also was like, I don't care because I'm not doing radiation.
From a macrobiotic perspective, Betsy had lifelong kidney deficiencies that led to eczema, allergies, and her cancer.
In Betsy's case, after years of having weak kidneys, then she developed skin disease. And because she didn't correct the problem, it just progressed. And then over time, it developed into a cancer.
To strengthen her kidneys, Denny had Betsy eat specific foods such as daikon and shiitake mushroom stews, nori and other sea vegetables, and a wide variety of lightly cooked garden vegetables.
What we're really trying to do is help people reawaken and activate their own natural healing ability.
In only a short time on the macrobiotic diet, Betsy experienced a noticeable improvement in her health.
Within 3 months of doing the macrobiotics, I felt a shift in my body.
Betsy was starting to develop this kind of deep inner confidence that, you know, she knew herself she was going to be well.
And within 6 months, all of my symptoms were gone.